Short.
Now that week one's finally here, in a few days, what's the vibe?
Me personally, shoot, the one day at a time. Just get ready, just to go out there and pretty much ball, not just focus on my keys and watch film. Like, I developed a routine of just like trying to time manage, especially like looking at certain things, so that which will help me, but I could also help the D-line of what I see and stuff like that. So I mean, just like nitpicking and self-critiquing myself in practice, and just making sure I just bring my energy best I can do every day. So this week is I'm not treating it different just because it's week one. I'm treating it just about the same. So just keeping up with the routine, just being my best.
Cedric, though, to get another season started so that, maybe the questions about last season, you can kind of put those questions, people don't, you kind of say move on from those questions about last season.
I mean, it's a new year. Just like, everybody in the NFL has a new year. I mean, there's going to be, like you said, there's going to be questions about stuff, but we're not worried about last year. And we said that back in the OTAs and back in April, we just laying something new down, whether that's the energy, whether that's the vibes, whether everybody taking it serious, just bringing everybody in. So, I mean, just like we did in training camp, obviously you've seen it, throughout the preseason games and stuff like that. So, we're not worried about last year. We're worried about this year, but we're worried about this game most importantly. So, I mean, we're just taking it one game at a time. We're not looking in the future or the past, so we just focus on today. So,
Alex, obviously you guys, we watch you in practice, watching those Philly practices, this defensive line, the pressure you guys create. How much pride do you guys take as a group in sort of being the engine of this defense?
A lot. I mean, it don't start without us. So, I mean, that's tries to be like our standard. Nothing gets past us. But that's our job. Just to wreak havoc. Amongst their O-line and their running backs and quarterbacks, so stuff like that. So I mean, at the end of the day, we take the initiative to say, we are, like you said, we are the engine. We make this team go. If we don't bring the energy, then that's on us. So I feel like, we take it upon ourselves to, take it the hardest, so like we just got to lock in each day, whether that's in meetings, whether that's out individual, and just break it down on the mentality that we have. That's just direct everything in front of us and just get off and just have fun while we're doing it. So
sharing that defensive line with Mason, getting him ready for his first NFL league, what's that been like, and maybe going back to when you had your first NFL game coming up?
I mean, it can be nerve-wracking, it can be fun. You can have a roller coaster of emotions, but the thing is with Mason is a sponge. So he's a sponge towards not just Miles, but he's a sponge towards everybody. He asks about, what do you do outside of practice for your body, and watching film and stuff like that. So he's not quiet. He's eager to ask questions, and the thing with him is he trusts what he do. If he asks a question, out there individual, he brings it to team and stuff like that. So just the fact that you see that he trusts himself, but he also trusts us, to help him build himself more of a rookie, especially him having, of course, rookie, mistakes and stuff like that. But other than that, man, Mason is a hell of a player, man. Like, he's a hell of a player, a hell of a learner. And the way that he's eager to learn, he's eager to get better, it just shows a lot about him. So I can't wait to see him play on Sunday.
Alex, I hear you say that last year is last year, but how do you guys recapture the dominance you showed as a team in 2023?
It starts with the mentality. And the mentality, you can say it as much as you want to, but as long as you don't physically put in the work, then you're just wasting your time. So it's the fact that, we hold ourselves accountable also. So we know what defense we had in 2023. We know what defense we had in 2024. And obviously it wasn't as what it was supposed to be. So our thing is, everybody has to look themselves in the mirror and, do some soul searching of, we got to get back to who we were. But at the end of the day, you just got to put in the work physically. So the thing is, you got to put in the work, but you also got to be accountable to everybody, not just your certain position group, but everybody out there on the field. I can say something to the safeties. The safeties can say something to the cornerbacks. Even the cornerbacks can say something to the D-line. We all hold each other accountable, so we know what we expect out of each other. So I mean, it's not something that's a major problem within us. We know what to do. We have nipped it in the bud going into the season. So. And we just go out there and put it out.
Obligatory Miles Garrett question, but you've been around him this going in your fourth year. Is this as good as you see him look
Yep.
at this point in the season?
Yeah, especially right now. Like, the thing is with Miles is like, you know, of course he's a generational player, a freak of nature, you know, the quotes, stuff like that. But the thing is with Miles is the fact that he takes his time out, you know, and that's being with him in Dallas, you know, just seeing the preparational work and seeing what it takes for him, whether that's core work, whether that's, you know, focusing on the little muscles and stuff like that, which helps, you know, him be the player he was. So me seeing it firsthand, it's like, okay, this is, you know, I'm taking that, my repertoire, you know, this is what I need to, in order to reach that next level and be better than I was. So, I mean, just seeing the way he puts in the work, not just here, but, you know, in the off season, it speaks a lot of volume about him. So, I mean, I can't wait to see him ball this year, like he usually does. That's you don't expect nothing less than, you know, Miles having more than 13, 14 sacks. You know, I know with him, he's trying to reach 20, as many as he can, you know, and he's the type of person that is going to get to it by any means. So just me being around him, just seeing his work and, you know, how he take care of himself, it just speaks a lot.
Alex, as a guy on the edge, when you have guys on the interior that can create pressure, do you feel that? Do you notice that?
Yeah.
How does that help you?
I mean, everybody, the thing is with us, you know, we have people that came from all over. You know, of course, there's going to be somebody new that joins the team every year. But the thing is, you know, the more that you build the chemistry up of, you know, trusting each other and working with each other, the more you do it, you know, outside of team drills and stuff like that. Okay, you know, so for example, like with me and Malik, you know, we talk a lot, you know, with me rushing inside. So if I go here, then, you know, you go there. If, you know, we'll fill each other off of this. If you see me do this, you know, it's stuff like that, you know, just being verbal with each other, communicating. So the thing is, it's just like you feel comfortable, but you know you trust them also to do their job. So as long as they're doing their job and you do your job, then the rest will work itself out. So, I mean, with the people we have inside, you know, including myself on third down sometimes, it's just like, man, like, the chemistry is there and the confidence is there also. So, yeah, we just have that much trust in each other. The fact that we keep working the drills and stuff with each other together, just building that up. So that way we don't have to worry about it on Sunday, or we won't have to worry about it in practice. So that's all it is.
Alex, what do you expect? What do you?
Just being here, what have you learned about obviously I would like that division, these games, and these rivalries with these other North teams with one company?
Being in the league, my first year, I didn't really even know who was in the division. I just watched football. But the moment I got up here, I realized we treated it just the same as conference games in college. So, I mean, it's that more important, you know, especially with the history that we have of trying to win a division and, you know, how many years. So, I mean, it's very important, but it's also, we don't treat that game just as important as any other game, but the fact that just those division games means more than the outside division games. So, I mean, it's hard-nosed, it's physical, but that's what I like. So, I mean, I don't shy away from that. Like, I'm glad you want to run the football towards us. Let's do it. You know, we're a hard-nosed defense. So, I mean, like, other than that, it's just like, man, I don't think it's too much into it. You know, it's a division game, but it's a much more game, and that win is much more important. So,
What do you expect Sunday to be like, atmosphere-wise and everything from the crowd?
a whole lot of barking. The dog pound is gonna be crazy. It's the first home game, and just like, you know, he asked about, you know, last year. That year is over. It's a whole new season. So I'm eager to see the fans. I'm eager to feel the vibe, the grass. You know, just taking it all in the warm-ups, just feeling the energy from the crowd. You know, as soon as we walk out the tunnel. So, I mean, it's gonna be a movie. So.